Hi there guys, it's Carlos here at Carlos Coaching Corner once again. Thanks for watching my video guys. Today I've got a really good subject for you guys which is regarding academies, football academies overseas. So we'll be able to talk about a lot of those. I mean, I've made some notes about the emails you guys sent to me with regards preparation. Basically, why are they better? Do they work as hard as us? Do they allow players to express themselves? What's like their technical side of things, and so forth and so on. So what I'm going to do with you guys today, and I hope you guys appreciate this, I'll try to be brief, obviously for the obvious reasons. So what I'll start with talking about is, obviously, I can only talk about from my experience. I was raised in Portugal. I went to academy in Portugal, and obviously I played there until I was 16 years of age, and then I moved to the UK. Basically, I also, obviously it's my passion, as you guys know, since I got injured, it's my passion to become the best coach I can. So I do a lot of research, and I am friends with a lot of football coaches out there, and I happen to be, I've got a good friend in Spain and another friend in Argentina, which are academy directors. So I do spend a lot of time emailing them and contacting them and learning as much as I can from experts out there. And obviously it's my passion to be able to become the best coach and obviously to express myself to the highest level. I love seeing people developing, so obviously it's the reason why we're doing this video. So number one, I'm going to talk about their preparation. So academy levels overseas tend to prepare very well. So kids tend to train a minimum of 4 times a week. And now some of you guys may be sort of against that. I'm not here in this video to say what's right, what's wrong. I'm just telling you what they tend to do. They tend to train 4 days a week. One of the days being a free day, which means is kids come in, this is from the age of 6 all the way up to the age of 16. Kids come obviously to the academy, and they got one day which is called the free day, where they come in and express themselves. There'll be small side games, and they can do whatever they want to do. Kids actually set up the session, and so you really know there'll be penalty shootouts, free kicks, all sort of games. These are quite good things. It gets kids thinking what they actually want to do. Obviously they train 3 days a week. On top of that, obviously 4 days altogether, but 3 days are actually specific. So they work very hard at the technical side, which is ball mastery. So they find obviously the high defined sessions for kids to really develop to the highest level. Okay, now this is something that is really crucial. Okay, now they focus on touching the ball for 1,500 times. This is something that I'm passionate about, and this is one thing that is massive for developing football. You need to get in touch with our football as many times as you can, and they do this week in, week out, week in, week out, and they get used to that football, which is mainly the main thing. So obviously they do work a little bit on the tactical side up to the age of 10, but they don't really go too much about it, because obviously they're still very young. From the age of 10, then they go into a little bit more detail about the tactical side, and they do specific sessions, and there's a lot of detail then, okay, from the age of 10. But up to the age of 10, obviously they work a lot on the technical side of things. And now some of you guys may ask, how about the physical side? No, they don't focus so much on the physical side. They do focus on the SAQ, speed, agility and quickness, and they do work a lot on plyometric work in order for explosive power and stuff like that, but they don't really worry about so much the development, how tall the player is or how big the player is. They just work on that technical and tactical ability. The physical comes after, and that's one of the things that I took from them, and I learned myself as well, coming from a country that I come from, which is Portugal. Obviously they focus really much on that. So number 2, obviously they start, everything's about the ball. Everything's about the ball. So every single exercise they do, whether it's technical, tactical, physical or psychological, it involves the ball. Okay, so it's very crucial to understand that, and once you understand that, makes you understand that basically these guys are very serious about getting very good on the ball. There's no two ways about it. Just the ball is the most focus. Now number 3, obviously they work on I don't know if you guys know about this football science thing, and obviously this may link a little bit into the the other part of the psychological side, which is obviously the egocentric, the associative, and the collective skill management. I don't know if you guys know about that. I'll go a little bit more into detail on another video about this, and the guys I've worked with me will know this, and the top class coaches out there will know how a kid develops. You know, when they start, they're all egocentric. They basically just think they do everything and they resolve everything, so they get the ball and they're constantly dribbling or shooting because they don't associate any players around them. Then they begin to have a little bit more sort of associative skills where they associate the players around them. So let's say a midfielder might associate the right midfielder next to him, or he might associate the striker in front of him, but he doesn't associate the left back behind him. And then they go into another development, which is the collective development, where they start understanding what they can do themselves to affect the game. And then associatively, they might associate, if they're midfielders, centre midfielders, they may associate the striker in front of them and the left back, the left back just over the shoulder on the left hand side, a right back on the right hand side. They associate more players around them, and they begin to be more collective in understanding in possession and out of possession. And this is when it really gets into a really good detail. Believe it or not, a lot of times there's players that have grown and developed but never touched on this aspect, which is crazy, because once you start understanding these aspects, you become a complete player, and it's a really good thing. Believe it or not, these kids begin with this sort of training from the age of 6. So imagine when they get to 12, 13, 14 years of age, God, they are developed. Okay. Now, number 4, they allow the players to basically express themselves. It's all about expression. It's all about confidence. It's all about allowing them to go out there and believe in themselves to be able to do it. And I really, really love to see when players get the ball and they are confident, man. You know, they want to do things. They want to make things happen. I don't like to see players that they get the ball and scarcity. You know, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And a lot of the times, what really upsets me more than anything is not, you can't say to the player, you know what, he actually is not a good player, or you know what, he hasn't got the quality. Sometimes I've seen players, tremendous ability, but they just feel scared to express themselves because people are going to shout at them. We've got to stop that. You really have to stop that. And that, you know, some people might say, who's to blame? This is another video I've got to do, isn't it? Who's to blame? I feel, obviously I'm sure you guys can feel this one. I feel motivated enough to talk about this because it's something that really, really sometimes stops players from reaching their full potential, and that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, number 5, load of ball work, where they allow players to work in the 4 corners. Okay, so they allow players to work on that technical, tactical, physical, social and psychological, and there's enough time in a week, so they touch on all the corners every single week, and they're going to detail on a technical, the detail on a tactical, detail on a physical, detail on a psychological and social environment. So it's all about really making that player as fluent in those corners as possible. And then they go into the cycles. Obviously they've got the micro, meso and macro cycles for the guys that haven't really worked on that. They do, if you like, a mini project, medium project, and maxi project. So the way they begin the season is not the way they finish the season. So that's really important to do, even at lower levels and obviously younger levels. Very important to understand that. I've got to be honest, a lot of times, a lot of clubs out there that don't do that, and a lot of people never heard that. Top level clubs, they do that, obviously. That's something that really needs to be done. Now, number 7, obviously players, especially from the age of 10, start really getting to the detail. When I mean detail, I don't talk about just thinking about tactics. Okay, tactics is 4-4-2 and we play this way, or 4-3-3. It's really specific set plays and specific tactical ability to understand in possession and out of possession where to be, how to be, when to be, who to be. Okay? No, there's no two ways about it. These guys understand how to behave on a pitch. Okay, now remember, they begin this hard work at 10 years of age. Okay, detail. Now some of you guys might say, oh, at my club, we tactically work from 6 years of age. But how detailed do you go into that? How detailed? That's the question. Okay, right. And lots of theory work. Theory. So not so much physical, theory. So theory links into the technical, tactical, not physical. Remember the physical, they don't care about how big the player is. That's one for you guys, okay? And I would love to discuss the rest of this on part 2, okay? So this is basically Academy Overseas part 1 of 2, okay? So on the second part I will be discussing a little bit more detail how they do it, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope there'll be a lot of you guys probably asking questions. Please do say if you've got any questions, and I'm more than happy to discuss anything with you guys, okay? So as you know guys, I always say this, I'm passionate about developing people, I'm passionate about developing football players. I love the game, and I want to become a better coach every single day. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be obviously in front of you guys. It's for you that I do this, and it's for you guys that obviously I want to do more and more videos to inspire you guys to get to the best level you can. So until next time guys, it's Carlos here, Carlos Coaching Corner. Take care, bye bye.